Check, check, check. Oh no. Oh, there were murmurs of a lobby glitch, but I don't know. I don't know if the lobby's glitched. Waiting for drivers to either say that in Discord or appear on track. Nobody's saying anything though. Oh, wait. I think we're good. Oh no, did we lose? Did we lose Mika? Alright, so it looks like we're going here. I'll do the welcome to PSGL Season 29, Round 14. This is 6th Division at Baku Street Circuit. Super cool track, one of my favorites. And hoping to see some good racing. I'll catch everyone up on where the season sits in both Constructors and the Drivers' Championship, but first we'll just let the lobby sort of warm up and everyone get on track so we can get into this qualifying session. I believe TFL Mika may have either been disconnected or left lobby. Not totally sure, but gonna watch that. We still have about half of the lobby just sitting in the pits for now. As our Mercedes Jack, can I go with Jack? JS maybe? He's gonna be our first hot lap of the day. He'll set our benchmark, see what everybody else has to start beating. I was just part of another league's race at Baku, however the qualifying was in the wet. So I'm not totally sure what times to be expecting here. We'll have to wait and see. Apparently it seems Mika is indeed disconnected and he can join back in, but I believe there is a glitch with setting quality laps after rejoining and sort of ruins the lobby, so I believe he'll have to start from the back of the grid for the race. And our first hot lap looking pretty strong from the Mercedes. I haven't been watching the times too closely, but made it through the castle section carrying a good amount of speed. Let's see how he fares in this last sector. It's 1:15 after sector 2. Try to remember that as we watch other drivers set their first hot laps as well. I think I'm gonna go with Jack for you. Please let me know if you prefer Jack. But you are now on pole with a 139.663, and who is closest behind? We have Lynx and AlphaTauri going at just a 10th above that. Oh, I thought I just caught somebody. Yep, here we go. Dozer and the Williams coming across the line now, right after Terrence, or I'm sorry, that's Ference sets pole with a 138.7. Dozerio, sorry I'm struggling with some of these names, Dozerio comes in right behind that, P2, 139.3. Good first lap from him. We have Bottle, he'll be setting a time shortly. Roan is on a hot lap as well as Chiquito. We'll ride on board with Bottle as he crosses the line to see where his time is coming in. And that will be a 139.7. Gonna be the back marker for the time being, just a tenth slower than Jack. And let's ride on the rest of the lap with Roan, who is, if you're not aware, the season 29 F6 champion. I believe he locked it up like 2 races ago. Congrats to him. It may have been last week. But he has secured the win and may look to move on to greener pastures, higher tiers. Good for him. In the McLaren coming across P3, we had Burrell go 138.6, and now we're starting to see where the pole position may rest. I think mid 138. I'm guessing somebody may be able to get that down to the low 138. I think it's been 2 races, unfortunately, that I've missed streaming these a lot because just YouTube era issues, so happy to be back. But in that meantime, like I said, did miss Roan clinching the Drivers' Championship. And did miss Ference, I believe, in the Alpine has come second 2 races in a row. Let me just double check that. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, his first races in the league coming second both times. So, not sure if he's coming in from a different division, different league, something like that. But regardless, he will be exciting to watch. Other than that, there is still a very, very close battle for P2. We have Mika, who has had to retire from the qualifying session. Not sure if he got disconnected, if he had to quit, or whatever happened with that, but he will not be setting a time this quali. It's most of our drivers making their way into the pits. But Mika is in P2 right now with 69 points, and not too far behind is Burrell. Woolsey is in between there, but he, I'm pretty sure, has left the league for the season. So Burrell will surely be passing Woolsey for P3, but if he can nab P2 from Mika is yet to be seen. And then behind them we have Jake Marsh and Tertamo, who are very, very close in the 40s. So still a lot left to race for other than good racing here in Baku. I think Chiquito's going to be the first one on a new hot lap yet to set a time, so we'll ride on board with him. Here we go with Chiquito in the Alfa Romeo. Cross the line. How much time do we have left in qualifying? Gotta wait for the yellow board to clear up. Guessing we're like halfway through or so. Ooh, Chiquito with a little bit of oversteer, losing it out of turn 2. He doesn't have the time up yet, so he should keep on this lap and just try to get where he can, but we'll probably look to get in a smoother lap than that one. We can ride on board with Jake Marsh right behind him, who is yet to set a lap as well. Missed his first sector, but we'll assume it's going fine. Baku's sort of a tale of two tracks, very technical. First half that sort of climaxes in this castle section before opening up for the second and third sector with those high-speed corners. Really cool track, like it. Who doesn't? Okay, Jake Marsh coming into Sector 3 with 1:13.7. I'm not sure where our pole sitters we're coming into Sector 3 at, but I know 1:13.7 is going to be a good enough time to get on the board somewhere above P11, hopefully. Oh man, did Chiquito actually got that lap to P2? Not anymore. Jake Marsh goes P2 with 1:38.3. He's about a tenth back from Tunetank. But man, Chiquito lost that a tiny bit on the exit of turn 2, but still managed to get himself to the top of the grid. So most likely showing that there's a whole lot of time left to be gained out of these times. On board with Roan now. We'll see if he can clear the traffic and get himself to a more competitive position. Man, these guys drive so much better than me. It's really nice to watch. Takes that corner perfectly. See how much speed he can carry through the castle section. A lot. Stays in 4th gear until the end of it. And we'll see where this is up on his previous lap time, but this has looked to be a pretty hot lap from the championship winner. Ooh, a little hug on the boards there, but that shouldn't cost him too much. Okay, so he's only 3/10 down on his PB and is behind Jake Marsh. Jake Marsh's time coming into Sector 3. Setup differences may help him catch up. We'll see. Regardless, he should be moving up at least to P6 or 7. P5, 138.498 as Davey comes in with a new pole. 138.255, 400ths quicker than Dirtamo. And that is the Ferrari. Oh no. Caught Lynx at a bad time. Looks like Ference will be coming into the pits. I think Roan will be coming into the pits along with Davey. I think most everyone getting one more stop in, one more lap in. Galizzi there on an invalidated lap. And I wish I could see how much time is left. I don't think we have anyone on hot laps right now. So we're just hanging out. Leave a comment how your Monday's going. Or if it's a bad Monday, you don't want to talk about it, that's alright. So far we have Team Ference in the chat. Shout out. We have TFL. are currently enjoying pole position. Who else is in TFL? Oh, Mika. Oh, there we go. 3 minutes left. Like I said, all these folks in the pits probably next 30 seconds to a minute will start to make their way out for their outlaps to get one more lap in as Burrell, Micarletto, Ferns, Tunetank, and Jack all already on their way. Oh yeah, love the multilingual chat. Not sure what y'all are talking about, but shout out. Here we go, Der Tamo. First one on Der Tamo, I think. That's German. Der Tamo. First one to get his last hot lap underway. He's in P2 and only just a small fraction of a second behind Davey. But the way this qualifying is going, you would sort of expect a lot of personal bests to be coming out. As I say that, Der Tamo is a 10th down on his PB, so on pace for pole so far. Oh, and that's that corner that you can be so generous with and take nearly the whole thing, but not the whole thing, which Der Tamo does. Gets his whole wheel over that white line. His lap will be invalidated. We'll see if he'll be able to make it to the finish line to get another lap in. Just a question of his fuel situation, but lucky that it was a small invalidation, doesn't cost him any time, so he'll be able to get another lap going. Here we have Ferens in the Alpine. He's a 10th and a half down going out of sector 1. Where would that get him? That will get him pole. There's so little separation in this grid right now. Okay, and Der Tamo did not have enough fuel, I'm guessing, for a second hot lap, so he is in the pits. 1:38.259 is his best time. Where will that land him? Burrell comes across the line. He improves by a 10th and a half and into P5. Terrence coming into sector 3 is 3/10 down on his personal best. Jake Marsh is out of the qualifying session. Not sure what happened to him, but Ferens has gone purple in sector 3 and he is going to go purple in Baku, taking this pole for now. I hope I didn't call that too early, but I'm pretty sure Ferens going into 1:37. That is a quick lap. Chiquito won't have the time to beat it. Roan, he's off the personal best. Jack is 4.5 tenths. Oh, no, Jack just crossed the line to get into P8. Link stays in P11, and that is it. What a lap from Ferens. Davey not on a lap. What a lap from Ferens. He'll go P1, Ferrari behind, Alfa Romeo in P3, and Jake Marsh completing out this second row. So Roan, the championship winner, P7 in Baku for the start. Man, Barron's in the chat saying it's his first quali with no assist. A lot of separation from Ferens to the rest of the pack, but after that, not as much. 2, 3, 4. All within 10th. Groups sound like that down the row. You can check out the full grid. Uh-oh. 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 Formation lap underway, and we have 2 drivers who are going to be starting on cold tires. Oh man, did I hear more crunching? I was trying to check chat. Oh no. Oh no, what? So it seems like Burrell might have just accidentally dive bombed turn 1 on the formation lap. So he and Dertamo will be starting on cold tires. Very, very difficult for a turn 1 like Baku, where everybody will be trying to gain a place. And Carletto has some overtaking to do, or I guess he doesn't have to. He catches them when they line up. How's our tire situation? Top 10s, all starting on softs. After that, all mediums except for Mika. Couple minutes, we'll be underway in Baku. So keep an eye on someone like Jake Marsh, Chiquito, and Roan, who are starting behind those 2 vulnerable drivers in P3 and P5. Grid is Why? Dave? Okay. Davey and Dertamo look to be starting. Oh no. What's going on? Okay, we're all sorted. 5 lights. Out and away Baku. Who could get the good start? Ference looks to hold, but Davey is going to go up the inside there. He had a good enough start to warrant it, and he'll pull away in P1. Meanwhile, Dertamo does hold his position, as does Burrell. Roan making a move up on Chiquito. Could he hold? They're going side by side out of the exit of turn 2. And that is how things stand after the first couple corners. Not a lot of big changes. We have Botto moving up 3 spots. And Chiquito slipping 1 to Roan. Thankfully, no big incidents at that start. That turn 2 could be awfully tight for 14 cars to make their way nicely through, but we do manage it as we enter the castle section. Lap 1 with Davey in the Ferrari as the lead. P2 a very... Oh! Do we have a... Oh no! It looks like Dertamo must have gotten in a crash through the castle section, it looked like. His wing looks to be intact, but he did lose 7 spots there. Thankfully, ghosting is a thing, so we don't have a race ruined each time somebody nicks their wing going through the castle section. Let's see if anybody can use this first slipstream to make a move, and Burrell looks to. He's side by side with Jake Marsh, and he's got a big pace advantage. A couple miles per hour will get him out in front. Yeah, and he's going to move right in front of him. Meanwhile, Chiquito and Roan, they've been battling since the race has started. They'll battle into turn 1 as Chiquito nearly clips the wall. Roan staying side by side on the inside. Can these two make it through nicely? Yes, they can. They're still going side by side. Oh, was there contact there? Roan, I think, moving in behind to try to get the slipstream. I didn't have a good look at it, so I'm going to assume no contact. We have Lynx just a 10th back so far. Dertamo, the only one who is the lone straggler, going into the pits on lap 2 after that incident, which I can assume was in the castle section. And our second time through it, we'll see everyone get through nice and cleanly. Not really a part of the track that you have any chance of overtaking in. And pretty much everyone's staying within a second. There was a bit of a gap, I believe, between P2 or P3 just a few moments ago, but since then they've closed that, and now everybody part of this train as DRS is activated towards the end of this lap. We'll see if Mick Arletto has any pace to get past Bottle. It doesn't look like it'll be there for him at the moment, but he is going on the inside, and he does have the soft tires. He'll be able to pull this move off if he can handle it cleanly, and he does. Bottle back into P8. Mick Arletto with a nice move into P7. He'll start chasing down the McLaren of Roan. Oh boy, Mick Arletto a little wiggly out of that exit. Bottle will catch up to him. Nowhere close enough to make a move quite yet. And Miko, who started at the back of the grid, he's going down the inside of Lynx. There's contact to his side barge, but no spins and no overtake. Mika going for a very ambitious move. Thankfully, both drivers continue on, and Lynx holding on to P11. Farron's getting mighty close to Davey, and it's a good time to do so. It's going to be the first pit lane straight with DRS. And if he's within 3/10 as he turns that switch on, it will be an easy overtake for him. He's 4.5 tenths going into these 2 turns. Can he stick with him? He sure does. He'll get a slipstream to pull himself closer. 38% ERS. Davey has, I think that was in the 60s. Here comes the pace advantage from the DRS. Can Ference make it there before turn 1? This is going to be close, and I don't think he has it, actually. He gets right up to the back of Davey, but not to the side of him. And no overtakes through that first pit lane straight with DRS active. A bit surprising, but everyone is quite close together for the time being. And Mika is certainly trying to get a move on Lynx. Oh, he spied a little inside move there on Dozerio ahead, and he still will. Lynx going on the inside, the same place that Mika went for him, and this time he's going to pull it off. He's about even with Dozerio right now, and will actually have to swing in behind him. As the Red Bull, or Williams, covers Lynx. He's not finished though. He's going to go on the inside through this tricky turn. Who's going to enter the castle section up front? It will be Lynx, I believe. Oh, a little contact, and Lynx goes into the wall. No. Oh, and his front wing is destroyed. He will have to take a trip to the pits, and some close battling from P10 to P12 that ends with a bump to the back of Lynx just as he enters the castle section. It was a mighty good defense up to that point from the Williams, but I'm guessing he will be wishing that he broke a little bit earlier, as Lynx sure will be too. Mika will get the easy overtake on the Williams as he is left without any DRS or slipstream. We'll move up to Chiquito, who's going on Roan, or is Burrell going on Chiquito? Excuse me, no, Burrell, major contact as they exit the first turn, and Burrell will relent. Let Chiquito have P4 because he might have sensed that would have cost him too much to take it from him. Ference and Davey, meanwhile, still staying very close. Dozerio now, he's the one with DRS on a stranded Mika, as Mika hopes to chase down Michalizzi. He's about 2.5 seconds back at the moment. And a great race so far, lots of battling. Only one incident that we saw last lap going into Castle. Davey, the race leader through 5 laps, makes his way through. Bottle, so far, he's the one who has had the most positions gained. He's tied, although he is the one who's starting on mediums. So a great start to him for his race. And about a half a second separates the grid as we enter Sector 3. Is anyone going to have a go? Bottle? He's just 3/10 back from Micarletto, as a lot of the softs runners are going to opt to enter the pits. We have Roan and Micarletto so far. Jake Marsh, he's catching up quick to Ference. These top 3 pretty close. Chiquito's got a good view of the action, as Roan and Micarletto are the only ones who come into pit at the end of lap 5. They both put on the mediums. Jake Marsh is getting mighty close here. Davey's gotta start to feel this pressure. There's a queue of drivers that are itching for a move. Now we begin to see a bit of separation. Burrell has managed to keep up with these top 4, But after that, Bottles is second behind Burrell on medium tires. Then Michalizzi a second and a half back from Bottle. Mika 4 seconds back from there. He's still trying to defend against this feisty Williams of Dozerio. But right now, top 5. The first train will be crossing the line at the end of the 6th lap now. Davey has led this race for nearly all of it. He managed to nab the inside of turn 1 on lap 1. I don't think he's really given it up since then. Jake Marsh will enter the pits. Burrell will enter the pits. Nicarletto will get a 3-second warning. That's our 3-second penalty. That's our first penalty of the day. And Ferentz very, very close to Davey. He's about a 10th going into turn 2. He may have been looking to lift into that entrance to get a better exit, but Davey does manage to create enough space. It'll protect him going into turn 3, and Ferentz will have to wait until another part of the track gives him an opportunity to get past him. Meanwhile, Chiquito lost that space when Jake Marsh entered the pits, so he'll have to climb back into DRS range, which it seems he won't have too much of trouble doing. Oh no, am I missing some overtakes here? I believe that might have just been the Alfa Romeo going on the inside of the Mercedes. A little break in the action. We'll see if any of our front 3 opt to go in now. You know that Bottle is in no rush to go in on those mediums, so he's getting set to take race lead once these 3 softs make their first stop. And does Davey go in now? Lap 7. Probably wouldn't want to stretch it more than 1 lap after this. And it looks like Davey is pointing in towards the pits, as is Ferentz, as is Chiquito. They will all go in lap 7. And where will they come out? Bottle takes over P1. But we're going to be watching Jake Marsh. He was, I believe, in P3 when he went into the pits. Did he make up time? Did he lose time on this out lap? And it's going to be close. Look at the Red Bull coming out now. He will get P3 quite comfortably. Roan, is he just as lucky though? He's going to battle with Davey on the exit of turn 2. Davey's got some cold tires. He probably won't be able to give much of a fight to Roan. Ferentz though, he's on the same tires as Davey. Is Davey looking for a move? I think everyone will hold going into 3. But Jake Marsh, he's the one who's able to pull away by a 1.5 seconds on Roan. So right now, both our race leaders in the Alpines on mediums, the only ones yet to stop so far in the race. We have a train stretching back to P8 where Dave Tomo, who had a difficult start to the race, he's already on the mediums for 5 laps. But he has managed to get back into the mix and hook him onto the back of this train. Davey, you can tell he's going to be searching for a move on Roan here. He's just 2/10 back with the DRS now coming in. This will not be close for the Ferrari. The only thing that will be close is can the Alpine piggyback and go on the outside of Roan. Yes, I think he can. He's going to manage to hold it, and a great overtake from Ferentz. Roan looking for it back, but it was too risky of a move. I called them Alpines before, but the 2 Williams are the ones on mediums. The blues are quite similar, you know. Ooh, and Michalizzi making a move with that DRS. Sort of rarely used DRS unless you're going for a very gutsy dive bomb into turn 3, but Michelisi seemed to pull it off without that. Chiquito, he's 3/10 back from Rome going into the castle section. And Jake Marsh was able to pull away quite easily from Rome, but now that Davey and Ference are the ones leading this train, will he be able to catch up? In fact, he's already nearly within a second. This would be massive if he can get a DRS on this pit lane straight. And it seems like Davey is just flying on this lap. Ference, he may be out of DRS from Davey. And he... Oh, it's close. He didn't get it. Ference now left stranded in the middle of this train. Does Davey have a go at Jake Marsh up the inside? He sets the fastest lap. Can he go for P3? No, Jake Marsh makes a little bit of a twitch, signaling to Davey he is not going to let this place up easy. Whoa, Davey a little deep into turn 2. Don't think he has damage, but he should be grateful that he has DRS to keep him in range of Jake Marsh as he recovers from that little trip into the wall. Lap 10, Baku now. The two Williams will probably... they probably got a bit longer to stretch these mediums. They do not have a large gap on this train though, only 3 seconds, and I believe they are going quite a lot faster than them. Davey this time, 4.5 tenths back from Jake Marsh as we enter the DRS zone. Good for Ference, he's worked his way back up into the zone for Davey, but look at his ERS, he's at 2%. Obviously needing to push quite a lot, as is Roan. He's making sure he stays in the zone, and Davey goes down the inside on Jake Marsh well before the turn. Davey will take P3. Can Jake Marsh stay close and mount a defense? Davey 2.3 seconds back from Dozerio now on the mediums. He is going to catch him quickly. More crunches into the wall for Davey, but no significant damage, I don't think. And man, is that really Dozerio on screen right there? It sure is. Right now the two Williams would drop back to about the back of the grid if they were to pit now. I'm not quite sure how that strategy is going to work out for them. As Davey is going to be able to get DRS from the second of the Williams. It'll make life a little bit tougher on Jake Marsh, who will probably have to try to get past that same Williams as quickly as possible. Let them begin to hunt down Davey once more. Davey will go on the inside of him. Bottle goes into the pits. Davey takes the race lead, and can Jake Marsh, how quickly will he be able to make a similar move? Ference is just 4 tenths behind him. It looks like positions will hold it to P3. Turn 3, excuse me. Bottle comes out right behind Mika and is looking to get ahead of him on this first lap. Contact out of turn 3. They'll enter turn 4. Mika in front on the inside. Bottle slamming his wing into his side through that turn. Meanwhile, Dozerio, he's going... Oh! He's going on Jake Marsh GP, who's stuck in the wall. And I may have had that backwards, actually. Oh no, that's terrible for both of them. Was checking on Bottle and Mika and missed a massive incident, which will see Jake Marsh drop down to P8. Trying to take a look if either of them have wing damage. Nothing visual. But you wouldn't be surprised if there were a bit of yellow parts on their heads-up display. Let's see how nice this overtake could be. I think Dozerio is going to let him by a little bit nicer. Nothing, no drama. This turn, ooh, is Ferens gets ahead of Chiquito? Or no, I think that Chiquito got in ahead of Roan. There's Tomo going into the pits. And that incidence between Jake Marsh and the Williams has opened up the grid a little bit. Michalizzi is stranded here without anybody to slipstream off, so Jake Marsh smells blood in the water. He will be looking to regain as many positions as quickly as he can. Doesn't look like he has damage, so not a race ruiner. Micarletto, he's going to buy Dozerio, and as easy as Dozerio moved by for Jake Marsh may lead you to believe he's the one that suffered some damage the last time they made their way through this part of the track. Halfway through the Baku Grand Prix, and Davey is in a comfortable lead now. Nearly 3 seconds separates him from Ferens in P2. Ferens on track for his third straight trip to the podium in just as many races in the league. But Chiquito is quite close on his behind. Ferens, no DRS for him, so he will be under attack from the Alfa Romeo. How, if so, will he defend? He will not. Chiquito will go to the inside. Ferens knows he can't do much keep up without DRS, so he'll try to get some out of turn 2 and see if he can make anything happen instead. Jake Marsh in front of Michalizzi now, hunting down Roan, who's 3.5 seconds back from him. The front three all on identical tires. Roan was the first pitter along with Micarletto, so he's on 7 laps. Fairly clean race so far, just 2 penalties. Just a few instances of the battling leading to contact. Otherwise, some clean stuff. Roan now, he's found his pace and he's caught up to Ferens. 8/10ths back at the end of Sector 2. About the same distance separates Ferens to Chiquito. And these two will have to push it through these 2 turns to stay within a second as Micarletto picks up his second 3-second time penalty. Roan looks like he has DRS, but I don't think Ferens will. And we've seen this happen a few times now where individuals who are in the train just slip out of that DRS zone. Speaking of, Jake Marsh has got none to speak of. Michalizzi will make his way in front of the Red Bull. And these two trading spots over the last 2 laps. There, Tomo, he sets a fastest lap of 666, spooky. Jake Marsh, now he's going to do the same thing back to Michalizzi. He did a few laps ago, making the easy move into turn 2. Well done, a yellow flag in sector 1. Who is that? That may have been Burrell. And that sector 3 of last lap is huge for Ferentz, who is now on the defense with the championship winner in his rearview mirror. Chiquita will... Oh, no! Roan loses it going into the castle section. Jake Marsh will take his spot thanks to ghosting. Hopefully Michalizzi can get the pass off cleanly, but Roan is going to have to limp his way back into the pits, as he has lost his wing. And a safety car is brought out, I believe, for... Let's see, is there a whole bunch of debris here? I mean, there's a little bit of debris. Get the make-believe marshals to pick it up real quick. We'll go into a safety car, lap 15. And that is a joy for Roan, who will only lose a few spots now through that horrible accident. And not only that, but he had a tire disadvantage at the moment. 2 lap older tires than those he was racing against. Now they will all be even. So quite a stroke of luck for Roan for that full safety car to be brought out from what was not a massive crash or anything. Nearly everyone going on to the mediums, save for Bottle, who goes on to softs. Jake Marsh, after that shunt in the wall prior to the castle section a few laps ago, just like that, back up in P4, hoping to chase down Bertamo, who's got 2 lap old mediums. 10 laps left in the race, a few under safety car. These mediums will confidently hold them to the end and should give them some pace up until the end. The more interesting race and decision is Bottle and Burrell moving on to those softs. They will have to try to make their moves early without driving those softs straight through the ground. Gonna let you guys enjoy the zen of F1's. Honestly, really not. I mean, this camera work is so nice. Very calming. Guessing we'll have one more lap. One more lap behind the old red guy. Alfa Romeo right now, I'm for a double podium. Yeah, not a whole lot to say at this moment. The strategy options for the rest of the race are pretty simple. It is going to be a straight race to the end. Not a whole lot to say. Just going to wait here, wait for the safety car to go in, and we'll get back underway. It looks like all the debris is gone. Roan, he's starting back in P9. Barron's back in P5. Can he keep his podium streak alive? Jake Marsh, by the way, still within striking distance of P2, especially with these results from Mika and Burrell. He's down in P5, but is about to gain a lot of points on his competitors if he can stick this result. He's got one more race after this at Interlagos. That will be the season finale. There's no contact going on here, right? And we are off. Ferens, he's already making a move on Jake. He's got the better restart, but Jake Marsh breaks so late. Can Ferens cut back on the inside in turn 2? Marsh, he's gonna battle this. The Red Bull and Alpine having a go at it at the safety car restart. They're gonna go side by side. Good driving from both so far as the front three will stay steady. Ooh, Ferens, he's on the inside there about wheel to wheel. A little bit of a lockup from Jake Marsh, but he manages to hold on the outside and inside into turn 4. Finally, the side-by-side breaks and the Red Bull comes out in front. Incredible driving from both of those two. Ferens with a massive start out from safety car was nearly ahead of Jake going across the checkered line. And then Jake with a gutsy move into turn 1 that Ferens couldn't manage to snap back on. And a tight grid from the safety car restart. No incidents on that first lap. No DRS on this first straight. So we'll see if someone like Micarletto, who's just a couple tenths back from Roan, has enough slipstream to make something happen. Both with about equal ERS. Roan is going to be holding it down here as Micarletto joins him. Nothing going to be going on this lap around. There's just no pace advantage. But Ferens, he's going to be going down the inside. And he manages to nab P4 from the Red Bull after a whole lap of fighting. Gets him down the pit lane straight with the slipstream. And Jake Marsh is going to be hanging close and ready to make a move back on the Alpine. Micarletto, he's so close to Roan. And Ferens has got nearly 2 seconds to Dertamo in P3. So he is going to be left stranding once this DRS activates once more. Keep an eye on Chiquito and Dertamo as well, who are keeping up with Davey. Oh, man. I don't know if that was just Ferens' little contact to the boards, but sometimes the sounds can be a little deceiving, because that sounded like a big clip. Jake Marsh 7 tenths back from Ferens now. Ferens creating a little bit of space before they enter Sector 3. Roan is just 3 tenths back from Bottle on those softs. Lap 20, can any of these guys make a move? Doesn't look so. DRS is activated now though, going into P2. Man, gotta apologize, because I am not sure when Dozerio was DQ'd. Really apologize for missing that. This Roan, he takes the DRS and makes the inside move on Bottle and bottles him into the wall. Man, Roan just carrying too much speed for his brakes to handle into that turn and shunts Bottle straight into the wall. Did he lose any wing? Couldn't quite tell. Yeah, I think he did. No, his wing is intact. The Aston Martin Michelizi's itching to make a move on him. And now this straight, things are going to get spicy, especially here at the back. Burrell, he's hanging on very close to Michelizi, and Michelizi is going to make a move on Bottle as quick as he can. He might send it up the inside here. No, not quite yet. Meanwhile, up at the top, will anybody have a chance to make a move? Micarletto is only 2/10 back from Roan. Jake Marsh, meanwhile, this has been a good battle for a while. We'll watch this as Michelizi looks to be passing Bottle soon enough, although he might be doing it through the S's. Burrell is so close to him. I want to watch that one, but right now, Jake Marsh moving up to P4. Oh, and Mika going past Roan on a dive bomb. He catches up and manages to take P7 from him. Roan going side by side and won't give it up. He's going to go deep into turn 2 and take P7 from Mika. And Michelizi's back at P10 now. Bottle pits, so I'm guessing he did have damage. Roan and Mika still going at it. Little bit of contact between the wheels there, but Mika will pull out on the outside ahead of Roan. Five laps left, and anyone's guess how this one will end. Chiquito still 6/10 back from Davey, but Dertamo with those slightly older tires has dropped back. He'll look to hold on to P3 and hope that his Alfa Romeo teammate can catch the race leader. But right now we have Roan, who is just less than a half a second back from Mika. Ference, man, surprise, surprise, Ference and Jake Marsh still super close going into the end of Sector 2. And Chiquito, he's about to receive DRS on Davey. Let's see how close he can get. My guess would be that 5/10 is a little too much right now, but I've been wrong before. Let's see it. Down to 4/10, down to 3.5/10, but down to the start of turn 1. Micarletto sets the fastest lap. Ference holds off Jake Marsh? Or did Jake Marsh get the pass? I can't quite remember what the order was going into that straight. Oh. Don't want to miss this. Chiquito getting right to the back of Davey. Gonna try to keep an eye on this gap between Jake Marsh and Dertamo to see if this group is catching up to the front of the grid. Could make for a very exciting end if we have Jake Marsh all of a sudden fighting for P3. He's already a second and a half back now when he was just a second and 8. This has been a close race, all race. Not a lot of laps without battles to watch. As we enter the end of lap 22, Chiquito a little far back, too far back again to make the move on Davey. Davey, what a drive from him so far, keeping the space without any slipstream or DRS help. Both Micarletto and Ferens trying to get to the back of the ones in front of them. It won't be there this lap. Micarletto nearly runs into the back of his teammate. But he'll hold P6 going into turn 2. Chiquito getting close to Davey each time to the start of Sector 1 after that DRS from turn 2, but then seems like Davey is able to create that space before the pit lane straight. Reminders, Micarletto, Burrell, and Bottle all have penalties which will be assessed after the race. Micarletto has 6 seconds. With 3 laps left, Chiquito now seemed to be getting closer than he had before to Davey, but may have had a difficult turn there, going a little bit too deep. Ferens keeping up with Jake Marsh, but Micarletto is really putting the pressure on him. He's 3/10 back and pushing 8% ERS. Ferens at 3% ERS, he's burning it. And when he's run out at the end of this lap, will Micarletto have a big advantage? I think Ferens will be able to hold. Burrell right on the back of Roan. And Roan with a good exit will protect him from any turn 2 move. Once again, Chiquito getting very close to Davey, but just not close enough at the right time. Davey, who has easily driven the strongest, most consistent race, can't remember any incidents. Oh no, what happened back here? Is that Mika? Mika in the castle section, no! I'm not sure if that was an incident, the result of player-on-player contact, but regardless, that will bring out a yellow flag and nothing else. Thankfully, no safety car. Same story, different lap. Chiquito too far back to make a move on Davey, Ferens, and Micarletto will probably get close, but it probably will not be there. And Jake Marsh has caught up to the back of Deritamo. Exactly what I was talking about just a few laps ago. He'll be getting DRS from the Alfa Romeo, who will have a tough time defending against this Red Bull. Here goes his first chance. Is Jake Marsh going to go for the inside here? He is, but he's going to pull out safe enough, but that will let Ferens go around the outside of him. Jake Marsh back into P5 after that gutsy move. Micarletto does stay in P6, doesn't catch on the way that Ferens got around him. The big defense from Deritamo is that Alpine will step up to plate and see if he can catch him. It was a tough part of the track to make the move, but it makes sense why Jake Marsh would want to try to get by him as soon as he could there. Oh, we do have Micarletto going around the inside of Jake Marsh. Does Jake Marsh maybe have some damage? Don't think so. He may have just gotten the pass on straight. Chiquito, he's 5/10 back. That's closer than normal. about equal ERS from the front two runners who've been battling it out since the safety car restart. I think Chiquito's going to have the pace here. He'll take the right side, and Davey will filter in behind him and now fight for his place back. Meanwhile, Terrence Ferentz does catch Deritamo. Deritamo again battling on those slightly more used mediums from the rest of this grid. Has finally let one spot fall, and with 1 lap left to go, we'll see if he can maybe reclaim it. I was going to talk about defending it, but he's going on the outside of Ferentz. Excuse me, it's not there. Ferentz will battle him off. And Micarletto going wheel to wheel with Jacob Marsh, who's going to go on the inside and squeeze Micarletto into the wall. He's now going to exit side by side with the inside turn on these two corners. Can Jake Marsh answer back? Yes, but of course there's contact. Jake Marsh spins. Micarletto moves on to P5. And on the last lap, elbows out. Nearly inevitable. Most interesting, can Davey pull close enough to make a move before the checkered flag here? That would be incredible. He's about half a second back. Oh, does he have damage though? Looks to have some trouble handling those corners. And he's not going to have the time to get the pass on Chiquito. Chiquito in the Alfa Romeo will cross the line first at Baku. P1 for him. Davey in P2 in the Ferrari. Ferentz his 3rd straight podium. P3 this time for a bit of change. Deritamo hard-fought P4. And Micarletto will drop back down the standings as those 6 seconds of penalties are enforced. That will leave Jake Marsh in P5, Roan in P6. Mika and the Ferrari just couldn't make the comeback drive work, had to retire straight from the qualifying session. Oh, and comes across the line in an entertaining fashion in P12. Chiquito, well-earned driver of the day, getting P1 with 1 lap left to go. And it makes me think that all that time I was saying that he couldn't quite get within arm's reach of Davey from like lap 20 to lap 25 makes me think that he did not want to, and he knew exactly what he was doing, saving up those tires, letting Davey do the work for him before he takes the lead on the penultimate lap. Doesn't give it back. Great race from the Alfa Romeo. Fastest lap goes to Mika. 139.6. Was not close. Well, second quicker than anyone else. He might have hit at the end there. Great race here from Division 6, PSGL, round 14, season 29. This has been PJK OTR, talking to you through Baku Street Circuit. Chiquito taking P1, Davey and Ferentz rounding out the podium. Great race here. Happy I could be a part of it. See you back next week for the final in Interlagos. Same place, same time. See you then.